What up, PAC players? It's your boy, Sinsane. I was contemplating hard on what my last video should be about. I was thinking about dropping it on the last day, which would be Monday, or on the last day anybody would be playing, which would be on Sunday for the tournament. And I decided to just, drop it today and just show one of the fun matches I had with a group of people in the Discord, because a lot of people, when they talk about this game, they talk about how amazing the community was. And it's no joke, the community was amazing. And this game will show that. We had a lot of fun playing a tier battle where each of us was assigned a tier of units, and that's the only units you're allowed to buy. So of course the people with legendary or epic, they couldn't buy any units until way later in the game. And obviously the big question is the green build really the strongest tier? So we had that fun game, and that's what's going to be playing in the background. But initially I was commenting on it, on each of the rounds, like what's going on and this and that. Like there's a lot of great stuff you'll see going on in the background. But yeah, I just want to let that game just roll for itself, and I kind of want to just talk about why I enjoyed this game so much. So yes, of course, obviously, community is a big part of the reason why I really enjoyed this game. Community is usually the only reason to motivate me to continue playing video games. I'm not too big of a gamer, even in my bad health state. Being stuck inside, I still do not prefer to game it out. I waste my time doing other things, working on my website, learning burglary tricks, watching YouTube, a lot of YouTube, Netflix, I guess, with my wife, or I don't know what I do most of my time. Browse Reddit, maybe a puzzle game on my phone. Last month, my goal was to get really fast at Tetris. The sprint, I wanted to get my sprint time under 50 seconds. So right now my sprint time, my fastest time is 50 seconds, and I wanted to get a sub 50. I want to get 40 line sprint. So that was my goal for last month. And every single season, I've changed or added a hobby. So last season it was Tetris, but now it's summertime, and I didn't know what my hobby was gonna be. I decided maybe I just make video game videos, and that will be my hobby. So that's why I jumped out the gate, and that will be my hobby for this summer. And I started playing this game. Like once I really enjoyed this game, like yes, I can do that for my hobby for this season. And like I fell in love with this game. It wasn't difficult. Making videos of this game was absolutely fun. Chatting to everybody on the Discord, absolutely fun. But the community was a big part of it. Making content was a big part of it. But that was just the expression of my joy, of which I had already from playing the game. And why did I enjoy playing this game so much? Number one, I come from DAC, Delta Autochess. And I come from the original, the OG autochess game made by the creators of DAC, which is Drodo Autochess, formerly known as Autochess Mobile, because it started on mobile. And I still play with the BlueStacks mobile client. I just prefer that over the client the PC version that you can find in the Epic Store. Like I come from that game. I grinded that game hard. I've made it the queen. I learned all the strategies, the counter plays, the 1v1s, like all of that. Like it's really intense. And I quit that game, and then I've come back to that game, and I've quit that game, and I've come back to that game. And honestly, I'm just kind of I get annoyed. Like throughout the seasons are short, but the meta, it's just not that enjoyable. Like I know that there's so much where I need to improve. Like if you put me off against one of the top players in in auto chess. Like those queen players will dominate. They'll get top 3 80% of the time and just whoop my ass every time in the 1v1. They just know so much more than me. But I still do not like have fun when I start the grind of the season. So much fun against obviously against the weaker people, or before you get calibrated to your actual elo is. Everybody gets shot down, and then you gotta build yourself back up to king, and then the queen if you hardcore grind. And I have so much fun until I get to that king grind, and that's when it's like, all right, now I can't play anything I want anymore. I can't just have fun and mix around, whatever. Like now I need to research what the meta is. And I do that every single game, no matter what, every single game. Oh, I'm not getting the pieces I want. You lose streak, you do the exact same thing every single game. And that's what that was, over and over. And that's pretty much the genre of auto chess. Like I really love it. You learn all the strategies, you learn how to outplay your opponents. But it always comes down to knowing what the meta is. No matter what auto chess game you're playing, it's the same thing. Know what the meta is. Be able to capitalize on the meta better than everybody else. Be able to position your units better than everybody else. You know, just know the best items on the best units. Know what's coming, when the best time to roll is, when the best time to buy is. You know, how to use your economy the best, most optimal each round. That's what auto chess games are about, and I'm not upset about that. I love that. But sometimes you just get annoyed if the meta is like a stale meta and like it's not that exciting anymore. Like with the mechs and just, you know, getting the hearts and rolling over and over again. Like I wasn't excited for that. You know, the Divinity Warlock builds every single game. I wasn't excited for that. It got kind of boring. And even though I played the game for so long, for years, I was finally feeling that like, oh, okay. Like, I feel like I wasted my time. Plus the fact that quarantine, I'm sick and nothing else to do. Now I'm spending more time playing than I ever did. So I was really just like the burnout, you know? And then here comes this game. I saw one auto chess streamer play it. He played one game and then he stopped playing, and I was like, oh my god, that game looks so amazing. I want to learn that. He said, yeah, but it's in closed beta. You need to get a key in order to play. So I was like, oh, what? I don't have a key. I don't know where to get a key. I imagine I'd have to watch a stream. I don't use Twitch, so I just like, whatever. I'll just wait until the game comes out. That's that. I'm sure a lot of people thought the same way. It was in closed beta. They saw the game. I want to play, but you couldn't get a key, so you can't play. So I went off my way, and then I remember weeks later, I'm like, oh man, what about that other auto chess game? Oh, let me check that out. So I run in, I go onto that, I go check around for the game's Discord, and I go onto the Discord and ask, hey, does anybody have a key to let me play this Prophecy game? And they're like, the game's been open for like a couple of weeks now. I was like, what? I had no announcement. I signed up on the website. There's no announcement. I had the game followed on Steam. No announcement on Steam. No knowledge of this game ever becoming open. But at least I finally joined the Discord and I found out. I mean, most people will not join the Discord. So as we know, most people did not know the game came out. I believe the only way you would have known is if you followed them on Twitter. That's the only way. And I mean, not everybody uses Twitter. So it's pretty ridiculous. No gaming websites at all. Like, I'd follow a couple of gaming websites and know when new games are coming out, whatever, because I'm so picky with games. It's really hard for me to find a game. That's why I'm kind of stuck in the auto chess genre. I don't feel like playing any other game. I mean, during that time, I was playing a little bit of Warzone because, I mean, I'm inside all day. I have nothing else to do. I'm on quarantine. I'm sick as well, you know, so I'm also worried about I can't catch Corona or else fuck. You know, I'm one of I'll be one of the trouble people if I got Corona. You know, it would not be a good time for me. So I'm not doing much. I need to do something to just spend the time, pass the time. I need to pass the days as fast as possible and the least amount of pain possible. That's my goal for life, and that's what this game gave me. Like, I would be so involved. I'd be so focused into some of these matches. Like the whole world around me just disappeared, and I'm just enjoying the characters fighting, enjoying their little abilities, whatever, like positioning, and just like thinking of like the fun combos, like the unlist combos I could do. Like when you look at that trait list, it's beautiful. There's like so many things you can do, so many combos you can come up with in each game. And like, yes, there's a meta. Like everybody knows that like endurance is like the strongest, or endurance molten, or like metallic resolve, or something like that. Those are the strongest combos, but that's not the only way to win. You can counter those people. Oh, you have a metallic resolve, you're doing so much damage. Well, what if I got full earth or something, and you had a bunch of auto attackers on your team? All of a sudden you're not doing any damage. Or what if you have that super strong combo, but I'm playing mage, and you have a bunch of healers on your team, and I got the anti-heal and the AoE silence, and now all of a sudden your team's not doing like it, you know? Oh, what if I got like the 3-star Hades hot hands and just build like a bunch in the mirror, Narcissus mirror, and I just have this really tanky front line with the ammo as well, and just my beefy front line just blows their team up from reflect damage, and they can't even get past that. You know, there's just so many different ways to play the game, and it's just so exciting. So many different combos. It just did not get boring. And even in the 1v1, it's really fun because you see what they're building, and then you start to decide, okay, I need to start to decide on how I'm gonna get past what they're building. So I'm gonna hold in my shop, even though I'm just rolling for upgrades right now. I'm holding my shop these couple of traits. You only need 2 traits to get a really powerful boost, right? You only need 2 traits. You don't need the 4 or 6. Like, that really helps, obviously, especially if it's like you're one of your defensive traits, like evade. But you only really need 2 to get a lot out of it. So I'll be looking for what would counter their build, and they'll be doing the same thing. And it only takes 2. So you can hold it in the shop until you get both of them, make that quick switch, and then all of a sudden turn the entire game around. You know? Or you switch your players in a different position, like who do I want to target this? Who am I sacrificing here? Who do I want to do the damage? Who do I have to keep the safest? Like, there's just so much to this game, and it's just like one of the greatest auto chess games I've ever played, and I played all of them. Like, the closest you'll get to this is Hearthstone Battlegrounds, and I am annoyed by Hearthstone Battlegrounds strictly because it's so RNG. Like, yes, you can win a lot of the games, you can get really good at it, but and a lot of the combos are really fun. That's why I still play that game every once in a while. But if I was to do it the whole day, I would just be angry all the time. I'd just be super annoying. If you watch any of the Hearthstone Battlegrounds streamers, like, a lot of the times they're just upset and just annoyed by the bad RNG that they get, because that game, like, sometimes you're just full victim to the RNG. I've never felt that way in this game. Like, I did once when I first started. I didn't really understand the game, but ever since, like, it's never like been a thing. And if you watch any of the streamers that are good at the game, like, you've never seen them just like rage because, oh man, it's bad luck, I'm not getting the pieces I want, I'm unlucky. Like, you don't even know exactly what pieces are in the game, because there's a couple of units that are taken out of 2 units are taken out of every single unit tier pool. So you don't even really know exactly what units you're gonna get for the game. You don't really know what traits are gonna be into the game until you're in the game. You don't know what leader you're gonna have until you're in the room. You don't know what items are in the game because those are randomized. A couple of those are taken out of the pool as well. So every single game is kind of refreshing. Like, there's no, I just gonna do the meta build every single time. No, every single game is fresh. Every single game is new. You gotta play to what everybody else is doing. And you can by just being smart, using a nice strategy. Like, there's multiple different strategies that were coming out, and we don't even know how far the strategies could have gone if, like, say, a queen player from Drodo autochess came over. You know, a couple of the Chinese gods came over to this game. Like, they didn't. So we have no idea how far the game could have been pushed. the biggest blow up in the game was finding out about the green build. You know, just rolling for those 5-star greens and just like dominating lobbies. But they didn't dominate in every lobby. You'll find that some people that just push for rares and legendaries quickly could just wipe the floor with the green build, especially in the 1v1 late game. So there's just so many different tactics and different styles. Like I even did like the challenge that, I'm not gonna level up at all, but I would go really far in those games. Like I was actually really good. Like maybe you don't know like what would be the trigger, what would tell you this would be a good game to not level up at all. Like there's so many different strategies that they're kind of just there, and it's not really optimized yet. There's no meta. We didn't really know. Like the meta was, we know what the strongest trait combos are. That was the meta. That was the known meta. You know what the strongest leaders are. We know what the strongest traits are. But you could win with any leader. You could win with, like, if you got Hera. Oh, Hera, everybody says the worst leader in the game. But what if you got every single pet in the game? If it was a full pet game and like their spirit and like clarity, all of a sudden this Hera is just an unkillable monster, right? You don't know. And that's what's so amazing. In this game behind you that was on the screen, we're playing. Everybody has different traits. I mean, everybody has a different unit pool. So I'm playing the rares. I'm only buying rare units. And Plata, he was epics. And Pyrrhicos, he was legendaries only. And Asian Dumbum, he was the uncommons, the green build. And Jirovich, I believe, was the commons. And you'll see that like the commons and the uncommons, they got all these 5 stars. But I'm here with the rares and I'm still doing damage. You see right now, I'm at like one of my strongest peak point. I'm up against the green build right now, and so let's see how we do, right? I decided to go pretty offensive. I'm looking for block, I'm looking for judgment. You know, I really wanted to fire, but it was gone. So I had to pivot to blood, and then like all these different strategies that you just throw into the game. Like you don't really do this that much in another auto chess game. Once you decide your build, like you don't really switch around too much because you're just constantly looking at what other people are building, and then if you see the opportunity, yes, of course you switch into the stronger meta build, but you know exactly what the strongest meta build is. And you just always go for that. Sometimes you don't even go for the counter. You don't even need to. You just play for the strongest meta build and try to auto chess. And that's why I started to get kind of bored of it, because I could play 10 games in a row and have the exact same end game build. Like the end game builds always look the same. Everything up to the late game that's the fun part, because it's always different and whatnot. But the end game build is always the exact same units. If you want the most optimized, strongest possible build in order to guarantee the victory. You do not, I really enjoyed this one piece. She's so fun. No, she's gone off the team. I don't care if I got her. I got her to friggin' 3 stars. It doesn't matter. Gone. Fired. You're not the strongest part of this build. This other unit will outscale you. It'll make my entire team stronger. I know exactly how the end game build looks, and that meta gets built pretty quickly into the seasons. Like the first few weeks, the meta is pretty standard, and usually people doing from usually it's just people doing the meta from the last season, because usually the seasons don't change that drastically, and then everybody learns what's the strongest is in like a few weeks. Like honestly, you don't even need to play at the beginning of a new season. You could just wait, see what everybody else is doing, and then just win every single game to quickly climb the ladder. Some people do that. I mean, that's just, as long as you know the meta is that's it. And like, as much as I love the game, honestly, there's a lot of strategy in it. Don't sleep on Johto Auto Chess. A lot of strategy. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of replayability in that game. But Prophecy was just so refreshing because each game felt like it was brand new. Other auto chess games only feel new because somebody else is stealing your build, so you have to build something new. That's the only, like, you're just rolling, you're not getting any good pieces, but you're getting a lot of knights. Okay, then I'll go knight build. You try to remember what the meta knight build is. Oh, Arcus, freaking Dragon Knight or something, right? But, and Prophecy is never like that at all. But I don't think I've ever finished the game with the exact same build twice, ever. Never. Honestly, I can confidently say it's never happened. And I have, 200 hours in this game? And it's never happened once, the exact same build twice? That's crazy to think. Like, it's not like there's that many units in the game, yet how can I have never had the exact same build twice at the end of a game? Are you kidding me? If I play 10 games of any other auto chess game, like TFT, you bet your ass you're going to see duplicates of the exact same end game build for me. Even duplicates the exact same items. In TFT, I usually go for the exact same items. Like, I just know, I hyper roll. Well, I don't play TFT anymore. I know the hyper roll meta's gone. I played during the hyper roll meta, and I would just hyper roll for the strongest builds and the strongest units and the strongest items and stack them all on one unit. And I do the exact same strategy every single game because it worked. I would win games like that. It worked. You see, like, I'm looking at the bonfire bow. I'm thinking, because somebody else had the axe, so I definitely need to switch to the bonfire bow. But I'm thinking maybe I need to level up my units a little bit faster first, because I'm kind of falling off in power, and especially against Jurovic, who is playing the common build, and he already has 2 5-star units. I'm hoping to get 1 5-star. My Capri, he's my main tank, and he's only 1 star, and that really did not. I never got him 2-star, by the way, so that really kind of messed me up in terms of power. Yet the games are still kind of close. So, I mean, there's just a lot of fun strategy and Prophecy autochess, and that's why I really love this game. Like, every single game felt brand new and different, brand new and refreshing. I could play it forever, and honestly, I'm literally putting my body in pain if I play this game too much, because if I'm in my room obviously is closed quarters, and the client for Prophecy, I imagine if the game ever was complete, it would be a lot better. But at the moment, the beta version, the client was not optimized at all. Very badly optimized client. So your GPU fans are just going crazy. Like, your computer temperature is going hard. This is a 4K rig. This rig is built to edit 4K videos. I can do that without my computer blowing up. Yet this game has my fans just going crazy, just hollering. So the client was poorly optimized, but obviously that would be something that they would do if they were planning on finally releasing the game, or making it mobile, which obviously would have been the better market. But obviously we never got that far. But if it was, like, I'd be fine. But because it wasn't, the game was poorly optimized. Oh man, watch this game, because this is what bad positioning does to you. Look how I get my ass wrecked by the legendary guy. I got wrecked by him, all because I didn't see the Pele and I stayed in the corner. I'm like, I can eat a cuckoo alt, no problem. I don't know why I knew Pele was in the game. I don't know why I didn't leave the corner, split my team apart. But the Pele jumped through my whole line, they're all low on health, and then the cuckoo got his ult off really fast, and just my whole team was blown up. That's what bad positioning does, and that's incredible, because I am rares. All rares, I'm pretty strong. I've had like a lot of time to level up my units, and he's only grabbing legendaries, yet he just won the game. So that's incredible to show the power of the legendary tier. If you're a lot stronger than somebody, sometimes you're like, I'm not even gonna reposition because I'm just gonna beat them, and that didn't work. I have to reposition if I want to beat Pyrrhikos. So that's pretty incredible about the different tiers of powers that they have. Like, legendary units are actually legendary units. They are strong even on their own. And we even played a game where we were only allowed to buy legendaries only, and we whooped the freaking bots. Like, we barely had units on the board, yet we whooped the bots. So that was a lot of fun. It was a really cool thing to see. There's a lot of fun stuff, a lot of fun ideas you could do, like the 2-trait challenge, the legendary only, the level 9 before you're allowed to buy units, the assassins only. There's so many little fun little things that you could do, especially in the custom games. This game is so much fun, and if there was duo queue, like, that'd be amazing. Imagine, there's probably so many mini game modes I could add to this game that would just be even more fun and exciting as well. Like, imagine a mode where we had 4 traits on a unit. Like, imagine how insane those games would be. Like, this game is just so much fun. So much fun. Even just watching other people play the game was actually a lot of fun, which is strange. I usually watch other people play this game to learn the strategies, learn the meta real quick. That's the reason why I even got onto the Twitch, because there were no YouTube videos. So I thought that's the only reason I got on the Twitch, which actually got me involved with the community and meeting like a ton of great people that I'm probably going to play other games with now, because they're just so great. But that's the only reason I got onto Twitch, because I'm like, oh, there's no YouTube videos and I need to study and learn what the meta is. You know, I'm playing it like a normal auto chess game. But like, quickly I found myself not even caring about the meta and just playing for fun. And playing for fun also won me games. Like, okay, I watched a couple of tier lists. I know the strongest units are, the strongest items, and the more I get into the game, I realized, oh no, that's just what they think is the strongest. Like, that wasn't no official tier list. Like, there wasn't no like universal agreeal for a lot of these units and items that they put on their list. Like, I would just have to experiment myself with all the items, and then I came up with my own tier list, pretty much. Like, even from the top players, like, no, it's just like, that's just their play style. Everybody seems to kind of have a little thing that they love, they lean more towards, the play style they lean more towards, how they position their units or whatever. Everybody had their own little style, which is very strange, unique experience for an auto chess game. Everybody had their own style. When every auto chess game I played auto chess. I played Auto Chess Rush. I played Rush, Drodo, Underlords, Hearthstone Battlegrounds, TFT. I really tried to get into TFT because I knew it was going to be the biggest one. Like League of Legends, that's what they did. They took, I mean, League of Legends itself was them racing. What was the other game that they beat? It was League of Legends and this other game, Heroes of New Earth or something? Han? Yeah. And they were the first two to turn the Dota mod into a standalone. They were like racing each other, and obviously League of Legends won because it's just the simpler version. Even though Han was more like the real original Dota, League of Legends was just like more fun. And that's what won them the game. It was more simple, so people got into it easier. Didn't have to learn as much in order to just jump into the games and have some fun. It was just way more popular for that. And they did the exact same thing with the Dota 2 mod. It's funny that it's the same game that got modded again to create another new amazing genre of games. The same game. This time it was a Dota 2 mod that had auto chess. And Riot saw how popular this game was getting, that more people were jumping onto Dota to play the Dota auto chess than they were to play Dota ranked, which is incredible. And Riot saw this, and a lot of Riot staff were just addicted to auto chess, and they're like, we have to make our own game really quick. And we all saw that, you know, the devs like kind of went step by step as they were making their game, and that was really interactive and exciting, and it really built up a lot of hype, because everybody kind of knows that auto chess is a lot of fun, but a lot of League players will never download a Dota client. They will never download the Dota client. Will never. Like, even if they want to play auto chess, they would never download the Dota client to do so. So Riot knew that, and they knew they had a large market because it's a really addictive game. It honestly is. And they made their version, and honestly, it's just like League of Legends. It's like the dumbed down version of auto chess. I'm trying to diss TFT. It's a good game. It's a good game. It's an auto chess game. I love all auto chess games, but it really did feel like the dumbed down version. And I mean, except that you didn't need a cheat sheet to know how to build all the items. But once you did it enough times, plus you wouldn't like build all the items. Really much, you would just build exact the same few strong items. Like most of the items you don't build, anyways. But I'm rolling off. But yeah, like it's kind of like the easier version of auto chess. That's what it is. You just rolled a lot harder. You just got the 3-star when the game first came out, in beta and whatever. That was a meta. You just, if you had more 3-stars, you win. That was the game. So you had to get 50 gold, build up a lot of econ, and then you just roll like crazy and get your 3-star units, and that would win you the game. That's what it was in beta and initial release. And I mean, like, yeah, you know, it was fun, but after a while, everything is like the same thing over and over again. And as I'm saying, like Prophecy, this is the reason why the game is so amazing. It's not the same thing over and over again. And I really, really hope that some people are saying, oh, the game might come back. I don't believe the game's going to come back at all. But if they do ever like watch a couple of videos or read the reviews and understand that, like, yes, a lot of people would play this game if they did know about it. If people knew about this game, a lot of people would play. A lot of attention would be retained. And if it was a mobile, this would be huge. And maybe they will bring it back. And I would play again. I don't trust the company, but I would play again because I believe in the game. Honestly, believe this game could be huge. But for now, it's gone. And we gotta move on. They've made mistakes. We've made mistakes. You know, not everything's hanky-dory great. There's arguments, you know. Maybe some of the admins got disrespected. We don't know. We have no idea the reason why they went full silence on the entire community. Clearly, they were told not to talk to anybody. Like, it was like Red would be the mod, would be the developer that would talk to everybody on the Steam boards. And then on June 7th, that was his last message on the Steam boards, just ignored everybody from there. Everybody and all the devs in Discord would not even say hello. Even the mods were quiet. So they must have known something that we didn't know. And then after tournaments were canceled on the 9th, radio silence until the game announcement that's closing. So everybody knew the game was going down a lot earlier than we knew. Though it was easy to suspect since there was absolutely no patch. Look at this Euler go. Look at the Euler go. If that guy didn't have 3-star mirror, I probably would have survived and beat his ass. 7k damage on the Euler. This Ymir though just did all that magic damage. All he was doing was reflecting. All he was doing was reflecting and then stunning. Like, insane. Insane. That's the craziness that you can build in this game. Cause he had wild, and so he was healing up while he had the mirror. That's really good. I didn't have anti-heal on my Euler, so I would lose like that. So at the end of the game, it's the commons with a lot of health. The commons at 88 health. So right now, that's pretty amazing, right? Imagine if he just decided to pick up legendary units now. Super powerful. And then Asian dumb bum on the Athena playing the green build. So we get to come down to the final two. What is the best tier of units? Is it the green build that everybody talks about? Or is it actually the commons? And Poseidon's doing work, but it's not enough. The green build is dominating. Honestly, I'll let the game play out. I think after the second round, you can't hear my mic in the recording, so I was yelling, yo, Poseidon, just do the corners chat. I mean, and he does do the corner strat eventually, and you'll see that. But we'll see how it goes down, because it's pretty intense, you know, these last two, the green versus the commons. Like, who's gonna win? Who's the best? We don't know. We need to know, is the green build really the strongest build in the game? Look at all those 5-star shiny lights. It's a beautiful star up in that corner. With the Athena dropping the immunity, the Sun Wukong, the waste all the time, the super long range on the Jing Wei. Can a Chernobog handle that? Like, his Kali is the soul cleave on the AoE. Meanwhile, the soul cleaver on Jurovic's team is only on a one target unit. So I think that might have been a mistake. Maybe putting that on somebody that did AoE would have been more helpful, but there's not many of those. Just Chalk, and yeah, just Chalk and Ymir for the commons. That's the only AoEs that he would have had to use the soul cleaver better. And I believe it probably would have worked out a lot better for him than Chernobog, because he's just getting dominated right now by the green build. But yeah, I'll let you guys listen to their mic, because that's all I want to say. I want to just talk a little bit about what I really loved about this game, and it's the gameplay is the reason why. The community is great too, but it was the gameplay. This was the best auto chess game for longevity. I don't see burnout easily happening in this game. I could casually play this, and I could play this like pro. Honestly, I had more fun playing casually, doing meme builds and stuff. It was just a lot more fun to me than playing hard to win and using like the best traits in the game. You could play that way, definitely, but you can also outplay those players by playing for the counterplay. When you see the OP traits in the lobby, you just instantly go for it, like not even sleep on it, because you just know somebody's gonna go for that, go for the best stuff, and then they get completely counterplayed. You know, I've done that. I really hope to play more tournaments, because I choke in them. I don't know, I'm just not a tournament player, I guess. In this game, I'm not a tournament player. I really do not like that setup with the Poseidon in the front. That's just crazy. But yes, I'll hit you back up. I'll let you guys listen to what they're saying up in the chat. I'm yelling corner strat. Well, let's listen to this play out.
But I think you should put like the silent item and the disarm item on like Edis and like Chak. It's very good. He doesn't have Edis.
He doesn't have Hades. I think Hades is the best when going.
Yeah, it's the best. You just put the silence item on Edis, and I think he's like the best tank.
Yes.
The best tank of the game.
Absolutely.
Until Starbeerus. This is
I've
great.
destroyed lobbies with silent disarm Hades. Like, did nothing.
Oh, yeah, 4-5 star. Shit.
Yeah, he does. I mean, so do you almost, Dumbum.
I have nothing.
Insane. You might as well try, Jerovit.
It doesn't.
I don't know how much it will help you.
Then you need to switch with luck. It's very not useful for you.
What?
Luck, you don't like the luck. Just switch with something else. No? Like, I don't know, mana or Moeki.
I think you might want some. You might have wanted some ice. I don't know. To like. But then the common team does not apply ice very well. So
Yeah. Maybe the Earth that be quite good. It should be even better. Be better than Blood.
yes, unfortunately, too late to switch.
Yeah, I think the issue is that Blood is also scaling down like game, so it's not
Yes,
very
absolutely.
I think what would have changed is that there was boy.
Yeah, but maybe we will still.
Boy,
Oh, whoa, wait.
boys.
I think that I switched back. Fixed it.
I'm sorry, but I don't think it's like
Yeah, I think so. Like the yeah.
Outside and out the
It's really
4, 5, 9.
Oh,
No, let me draw. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh, he
I
died.
had nothing to do
died.
there.
You went out fighting, Jerovich. Fighting.
Of course.